Wait, wait. What's up, mates? I think that's everything. Gonna get into some Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time. It's actually been a few months, I think. Just going through and organizing my playlists because I hadn't organized my playlists, or basically putting my streaming content into playlists since probably around here. When is that? February? Yeah, I haven't done it since February. It's about 5 months ago. So definitely was behind on the channel content. We kind of moved some things around, changed the order of playlists. Like, yeah, we haven't played since December. What? I paid for it for 6 months, didn't play it. But anyways, we're back into it. We gotta try to remember where we left off. I don't have my reshade equipped, so it's gonna look just stock. And I don't have my plugins, although I have the launcher set up. I don't have any plugins active, so kind of a little tough to read the chat, which you can't really see because it's blocked off by my webcam. But anyways, I'm still going through Endwalker still. Yes, this shit takes forever. Maybe eventually I'll get caught up, you know, but they keep coming out with more stuff, and we're slowly catching up. So Hither and Yarns looks like it's level 88. So we are close to endgame Endwalker. We're almost done through the questing phase, if you will. Oh, looks like I haven't been here. Oh, let's just go here. I don't know. Try to get everyone up to speed on where I'm at with the story as I find out where I'm at on the story. The last thing I remember was with the rabbit people. We're trying to get to outer space. We're trying to get a spaceship to go to outer space so that we can go and defeat I can't remember her name, but the little creation that is it Lipus? Okay, man, it's been so long since I've played. Elpis, that was created at Elpis. You know, they ended up sending multiples of them out into outer space to see if there was a life out there in amongst the stars, and they returned their report. Actually, really good part of the storyline. If you haven't gotten to this point, I would suggest getting to this point, but because it is spoilers, but really good part because she comes back and basically stating that there's just death everywhere, right? That they did find civilizations out in the stars, but that they're all extinct. And over again, the cause was just like human greed and human evilness and corruption, essentially. And much like the Fermi paradox, if anybody's familiar with the Fermi paradox, the actual theory stating why like the SETI Institute hasn't received any signs of intelligent life broadcasts out in the universe, right? Because it says that there's just within our observable universe, you know, as far as we can see light, it's like there's like 2 trillion galaxies, you know, and there's like 400 billion to a trillion stars in one galaxy. So, you know, it's an unfathomable number, you know, 10 to the power of 20 zeros, or, you know, whatever it would be, you know. And to think that there isn't life out there is really weird. And so part of the Fermi paradox is the great filter, essentially stating that intelligent civilizations don't live for very long, right? Because as soon as we get to that phase where we would actually send out radio frequencies into outer space, it could only be a century after that to where civilization kills itself, because you have the technology that's capable of destroying the world, essentially. Basically, once you start sending radio frequencies out into space, because once you have the technology of radio frequencies, you essentially have become so technologically advanced that it's inevitable that you'll just kill yourself, you know, with nukes or whatever the other planets technology would be, you know, similar to that. That's kind of what it seems like it's a play off of. Really good. So we're trying to, I think, get a ship and fly out there and go take her out. Okay, these blue ones are just to unlock shit. We gotta get over here. Can I mount up? Yes, I can. I am playing as a Reaper. Looks like there's a barrier here, so maybe I did go the wrong way. Unattuned. Almost insinuates I can get in. Like, what's this? Am I supposed to? Is that a wall? Or what's this? Am I supposed to get in through here? You know, I don't know. Do I take the lift? I remember. Can I cook this? Oh, okay. Bob Ozark. Okay, nice. Remember there being a lift. I find it odd that it wouldn't be in this area. And I don't think I would cross over here. I mean, we were able to get through here, even though it looks like there's a barrier. Bitch, please. Fuck out of you with that shit. I don't think this is anything. It is not. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's just run along here. Yeah, I really want my plug-in for my chat. Okay, here we are. Gotta try to remember my keybinds. Okay. We have the everything's set up so it's low UI. I don't like using UI in the game. And I've created a plugin to get rid of these quest things, but I'd have to update it. Now that it's like running on a new API maybe or something. Or no, I wonder if it would just work if I just download it, and I gotta upload it manually. So let's see, no quest icons for more. And anyone can do this. It's a custom repository plugin. Look at what? Look at no, it's so intelligent that it knows that I created this. Let's just go to GitHub. Or browser extension. I forgot it made me do this. I don't have my other phone. I guess I can download it. This is why they want you to do it. 'Cause it forces you to download the app. Well, you need it's safe for you to have two-factor authentication. And it also forces us to require everyone to get our app. Sign in to GitHub. Yes, I want to use this. It's just having me sign in on here, but that doesn't solve my problem. Your account, this account does not support password sign-in. Okay, whatever. We'll do this later. We'll just have to put up with the... What are you doing out here? No, I don't mind if you help with the boxes, but it is far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure? Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get to these to Aporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alphino should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. And yes, voice acting included. I'm supposed to get there safely. I really wanted to play this game because I've been watching Reincarnated as a Slime, which is really good. And when I watch it, I would say out of most animes I've watched, for some reason, it just reminds me of Final Fantasy so much. I feel like the boss battles just remind me of like Final Fantasy boss battles. And it's very themed in a Final Fantasy way, I guess I should say. I don't know. It just reminds me a lot about it. So I've been getting the urge. I'm like, yes, I must play. With crates, wonderful. Well, you can put that there with the others. You have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Well, I'm involved in everything, bro. Ha, then I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. If you're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Aporia to begin with, so was I. It turns out that this is a base of operations of sorts. Those with final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. That should be everything. You carried all of that at once. Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. They're lighter than they look, and not everyone has your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know that we finished. Theopoldin. Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance, at least, considering where we are. We might even learn something interesting. I have the auto thing on. I gotta be quick. And his father and the council are trying to keep a secret that they tapped into you know, Hylian, the women god. Might you be the chocobo powder? Gods, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you? We've brought samples from Charlie and Hamlet, Series 110. The crates are by the entrance. Thank you. I had expected one of my colleagues, but we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are fortune child's children, are you not? Fortunaut. Is it Fortunaut? Would it be Fortunaut? Could be Fortunaut. I don't know, because I feel like a lot of it's French. Fortunaut's children, are you not? Elfinord in Alizé at your service. You're well acquainted with father, I take it? Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studium. I remember when you were yay high, waddling hither and thither. Thither? Clearly it's been quite some time since we've met. 'Tis good to see you again. Well in your father's newless, no less. You know, our parents, when they were young, what were they like? Brave, spare no detail. I should like no more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork want full submission. We can help with that in exchange for the sort of stories our parents would never willingly indulge, of course. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? What a coincidence. Wait right there. Wait right there. You will find a forum representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind Alphino and Alizé. I'm certain they will be back soon enough. I probably should have listened to what he just said. Collected near the southernmost structure. There it is. See, if I had the no quest icons, it would have been more difficult for me to find this because it wouldn't be there, and it would be more fun that way. Because I would have to check with everyone, just like old Final Fantasy games. You talk to everyone. Are you not one of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Aetherburner. Theopolden's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents to my hands at last. As for your other task, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope your scions succeed. The Exodus is, without a doubt, the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, and so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlayan has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth. Quick and efficient. I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' paper only needed to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning any moment. We return with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons, you will note. You both have my thanks and my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe you struggled out of your swaddling clothes, and... That is quite enough of that, thank you. I was compromising stories of our parents. Not that we asked to hear, to reiterate. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Of course. I've known your father for so long. I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why the Levure name garners such respect, Levillier, is Charlene. You too can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Nyan Cref's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. 'Tis why Nyan Cref's pronouncement, renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason, has ever been our family's creed. Nyan Cref's, the Cref's, until your grandfather time, Our Khan Louis Soir looked out not to Nyan Cref's words, but his deeds. He asserted his defiance of his peers that choosing to save great and the small from the rising tides were a true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations that led him to conclude that eschew conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to its doom. There will ever be conflict, calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those who might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well. Indeed, our Khan Louis Soir lived by personal creed and used of every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlene or no. No one loved and admired the grandfather more than his son. Yet Forenschalt could not reconcile Louis Soir's deeds with his philosophy of their forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Forenschalt agonized over this contradiction for much of his life. Gods, father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. It is not always thus. Gods know Forenschalt's cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you're constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and that is not an exaggeration in the slightest. You shouldn't have seen him when you were born, barely recognizable. He was with a kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you to an embarrassing degree. But he is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he decided that a given action is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. A profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, as I'm sure you will agree. I'll say. Thank you for your insight. Next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get me in too much trouble now. I need the forum on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later.
Hell, you three.
Oh. Graha, surely Kokal hasn't driven you out for the forge already. For better or for worse, no. However, he has set me a task that requires more than my single pair of hands. And here you are. I could use at least one of you, but I won't. Unfortunately, Alize and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed it too long as it is. What about you, Grimaldo? Can you spare the time? Perfect. This shouldn't take long. Gotta try to remember what the voices I gave him, you know? Come up with it on the fly. I wonder if it matches, or if I've changed it. In the event that and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right into the bloody sky and into my lap, Master Kokal wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to anvil at the moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, however, he needs the flames in Koko's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of aether being funneled to his furnaces. The flow of fire is aspected aether is labyrinthos and regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, to which I have borrowed the key. The adjustment will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when we arrive. This is where we part, then. We'll see you in Charlotte and Hamlet once the adamantite arrives, if not before. This way, then. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Let me get into my GitHub, you fuck. How does that? Please try another standing method or account recovery. Sign in with GitHub Enterprise. What is that? Not a company. Trouble signing in. The reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire aether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water aspected aether will issue from the vent at the top. I expect this is to attract at least a few elementals, which is we would both rather not be drawn into the reactor itself. Trust me. Can I ask you to put down any that draw too near? They'll pose you a little trouble, I'm sure. Wait here, if you would. Bum, 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 bum. What is, I don't want my... do one twice. There we go. Do that. And there we go. Then. Could I turn the action bars on? Yes. I want to. No. Okay, maybe I should. So I can try to memorize this. Okay, we don't want to do one because it's our DOT. AoE, maybe 3, maybe 5. Try to relearn some shit. This stuff's new. Communio? Gluttony? I mean, even gluttony, you know. Same thing that Rimuru uses. I thought as much. No major complications to speak of inside either. And the water aether appears to be venting properly. I expect Kokal will have seen a difference in his forge flames by the time I return. Since I have you, there were another matter I thought to discuss with you. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. Part of this I shared with everyone, yet you, and only you, have been to Elpis. As we have established, refined adamantite is a product of Alag, of the Empire's twilight years, in fact. It was a material which saw much use of part of the Allagan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of this world, Dalamad, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Alag's empire to encompass the heavens and stars above, perhaps the greatest was its infamous technologist, Amon. Wanted to travel the Sea of Stars. Did he remember his life as Hermes? Or Hermes. I believe he had his own reasons. There is no evidence to suggest that he retained memories of his former life. He only enjoyed the Ascians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but what if his souls, like minds, have a personality, so to speak, a natural disposition towards which they are inclined? We know this with relative certainty, that this was the gross decadence and inexorable decline of Elag, that Aemon, blah blah blah, the Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. In facilitating Xander's return, Aemon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. Or would have, had not Xand been convinced by his own death that life itself was meaningless. Aemon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to the same end, to instill the people with new purpose. Like Hermes before him, Aemon was appalled by how those around him lived, but he could never bring himself to believe that those who lives were devoid of meaning, and both of them sought that meaning, that hope, in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. Ultimately, it is the consequence of their actions which matter. Their motives are of no moment and yet. To reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, to promise of hope everlasting, that much I do understand. But enough musing for now. Why don't we see how Kokal is getting on? Or is it Cockle? Let's see how Cockle is getting along. Keep having me going around in a circle. Yeah. Oh, I see you there. Bum 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 bum. You guys trying to knock the fucking trash over? You little shits. Yes. Whew, I can feel those flames ablazing from here. Glad you found some capable gra, but there's not much left for a lot to do, unless you can conjure up that refined adamant any faster. That's what we're giving them. I'd be curious to compare my voice from this in the previous stream 6 months ago. I do trust you to deliver on your promise. I do, only. I hate waiting. I want the adamantite, and I want it now. We share your impatience, I assure you. Is there truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime? I wish this sitting about was unbearable. Pity the forum frowns on recreational explosions. Well, so long as you can prove it was premeditated, get you gone. I have mistakes to make. Can't prove it's premeditated. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure that nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time, however, I will join you in Charlie and Hamlet anon. Anon. Charlie and Hamlet anon. The Charlie and Hamlet. If you wait here, your companions are bound to turn up sooner or later. Let me change my eye colors around. Decided I like purple being the dominant eye on the right.
荷運びやら逃げた動物の捕獲やら役に立ったのかはわからんがな。
十分なんじゃない？ここに来て大きな仕事が残ってるようだったら、それはそれでまずそうだし。
いや、人の積み込みはともかく箱舟そのものの準備は順調そうだったな。あとはエーテル宿タイルさえどうにかなればって感じだ。
ああ、ここに集まってたのか。
レポリットたちへの相談もひとまず落ち着きました。話を聞いて安堵した様子の方もいれば、最後まで調整を続けると息巻いている方もおいででしたり、リビングウェイたちもそれぞれの研究者に付き添いたいと言ってくれました。今しがた送り届けてきたところです。
さて、こうなるとエクスアダマントを待つばかりだが。
アルフィノ君聞こえる？こちらクルルよ。お待ちかねの品が届いたわ。至急みんなと一緒に地上に上がって港へ来て。
噂をすればだ。行ってみよう。
古城様、お忙しいところ失礼します。緊急のご報告が。それが
It's got the summary presence with all speed.
失神の港が大変なことになっておりまして。
Okay, big load in here, big load.
Excuse me, すみません、ちょっと通ります。これを。
This is. So Cody was. This is. みんな？
だから困りますってば。許可もなくこんなに荷物を持ち込まれては。
すごい。まさかこれ全部？
Amazing. すごい。
なんじゃこりゃ。
なんじゃ。
ここにいる全員、あの海賊船も飛空艇も荷物を届けに来た連中だってのか。
よう待たせたな。依頼の品きっちりお届けに上がった
Any
ぜ。
of those sorry busts brought
見た感じ
no
うちが一番大量だな。
Ukatsuki.
そりゃグリダニアとウルダ派の分も預かってるからだろ。威張るなよな。
ああ負け惜しみか。つうかお前本当にダラハブ編まで行ったのかよ。
へへ当たり前だろ。突入部隊が安心して先を目指せるように入り口を守る大役を務めたぜ。
Went all the way to the entrance.
ま適材適所だな。あんなやべえ場所にボンクラ貴族を連れてってもおもりしきれねえし。
何を
面白い。
皆さんご無沙汰しております。
Now everyone.
ハンコック殿、そろばんまで
Soroban. Soroban-kun.
いや何、東方連合が集めた神器やアラグの巻、その他もろもろ心づけを代表してお持ちしたのです。
おいらもハンコックから相談を受けた文鎮様が青コーラの神器を持って行ってやりなさいって言ってさ。けどおいらだけで運ぶのが難しかったから海賊衆に手伝ってもらおうと思ったんだ。結局そこでハンコックに会えたんだけどね。
そういうのをもろもろ集めた結果、かなりの量になりまして、
Yeah, wow.
加えて一刻も早くとのことでしたので、
Ayaku.
知人の素晴らしい船に乗せていただいた次第です。
しかしそれだけ多くの神器や薪を集めたとなると多額の費用がかかったのではないだろうか。
おほほほ、もしや後から請求されることを案じてますね。しかしご心配なく、東アルデナード商会としましてはロロリト会長の指示のもと将来も見据えて悪くないようにやっておりますのでね。加えて暁からはすでに資金提供を受けております。それを使って揃えてきた品々ですから正真正銘皆さんの戦利品です。
すでに資金提供？それは
私をケチなだけの金庫番だとお思いでしたか？必要な時にはドドーンと投資する。そのために日頃の節制と内職があるのです。
Sounds like
それだけ
Million
ではあり
from
ません。今回は超強力なパ
Reincarnated
トロンが
Renaissance.
力添えをしてくださいました。暁の設立当初、まだ資金の乏しい冬の時代、そんな頃からこっそり支援してくださったこのお方。
ってお母様？
Oh, Kasa. お父さん。
あら、私はあくまで中立よ。けれどあなたが頑張って用意してくれている箱舟にもうちの金庫を乗せたりはできないでしょ。
A million.
だったら開けてしまってもいいかなって。使えるうちに使ってこそのお金だもの。
Oh god.
However, しかしこれだけの短時間によく連携が取れたな。派遣団に参加していた連中以外にも随分広まってるようだが。
I
そ
think
こはほら、私にもつてがあるって言ったでしょ。
this is so anime. This is the most anime video game I've ever played.
あなたがクルルと組んでたの？
Except, you know, obviously
オタクらとラビリンソスで別
straight
れ
up
た後
anime games.
改めてこのお嬢ちゃんから手紙をもらったんだよ。
No there.
暁が何を目的としてるか、それから世界中を飛び回ってるグリーナーの足と連絡網をいざって時には貸してほしいってな。俺らにシャーレアンを裏切るつもりはない。これまで命じられてきた収集が月へ知識を運び出すためだったってのもまあいい。だがな、俺らは自分で集めたからこそ知ってるんだ。この星にはまだまだ道がたくさんあるってこと。
It's
だ
my
から週末と抗う道を探してる暁に手を貸した。もっとも
volume being too high.
人使いの荒さにかけてはオタクらと同じ
Played
く
an
らい
hour
だった
with
け
it
どな。
echoing.
てなわけでグリーナーズギルドシップが総力を挙げて連れてきたぜ。これが最後の助っ人たちだ。
よう、宇宙を行く船を作ってるんだって。これまで我が社を散々巻き込んできたんだ。そんな面白そうな案件にだけのけ者ってことはないよな。
シド、みんな。
ガーロンドアイアンワークス参上だ。集まった素材を箱舟に組み込む役目、俺たちにも手伝わせてくれ。
私たちはクルルさんから要請を受けてモードゥナのダラガブ兵へ向かいました。とはいえかの貿易港を相手取るとなると暁の残存メンバーだけでは厳しいものがある。そこへグリーナーの呼びかけによってイデルシャイアのトレジャーハンターたちが駆けつけてくれたのです。
で、お前はどうした？分身とはいえ週末の最中にお前が来たんだ。野暮用じゃなさそうだが。
まずは君たちにお礼を。ガレマルドに向かった者たちを助けてくれたこと、心より感謝申し上げる。島を離れる決断をしたとはいえ、彼らは大切なラザハンの民だ。救い出された者がいて本当に良かった。加えて君たちは週末に抗うことを諦めていないという。ならばこの星の一員として協力をさせてもらいたい。以前我が父の話をしたのを覚えているだろうか。フソ・ミドガルゾールムは星渡る竜だった。その鱗は生涯の薄いエーテルさえもよく捉え、長く遠くへと渡る力に変えたという。故に君たちが星渡る船を作るというのなら、父の鱗を託してはどうかと考えた。そして血族たちに竜の方向で問うてみたのだ。アジュダヤからはいつものことだが返事がなかった。ティアマットはよしと言った。
いや、ま
フレースベルグもカナダからよしと返してくれた。 もって父は私に告げた。ではそうするがよいと。だから私は源流の鱗を持ってきた。君たちが望む結末へと踏み出す力として使ってほしい。
竜の鱗を組み込むにあたっては私たちがサポートをさせてもらうね。五根の霊輪を作った時の経験が活かせると思うんだ。
Their voices does not match an elephant person.
なんてこったい。奇跡でも起きたってのか。改めて見ないと正しいことは言えねえが、これだけの素材があれば 6% の壁なんざたやすく飛び越えられる。それどころかもっと遠い星までだって行けちまいそうだ。
できるぞ、最高のエーテル宿退路が。
他ならぬククロ氏がこう言っているのだ。暁は取引の条件を満たしたと認めてやるべきではないかね。
I feel like he said Akatsuki. I feel like that means liar. So I feel like they're saying like we didn't lie.
お父様。
お父さん。お母さん。
お前たちがハイデリンに何を求めているのかはわからない。箱舟をどう使いたいと考えているのかもな。いずれにせよこの局面でそれらに関与することは人の存亡、星の命運を左右するに等しいだろう。多くの命を巻き込むことになる。
Yeah, so I did call it correct.
I'm
pretty sure. They were using a ship to bring humans to the moon because they were abandoning the planet, but I assumed that we would use their ship and then to travel out and try to kill the thing.
全ての出会いが私の語る世界に中身をくれました。その上で私は世界を救いたいのです。
ならば私も共に背負おう。お前たちがこれからなすことの責任を家族として分かち合わせてほしい。お前たちが生まれた時、あの小さな手がこの指を握った時、私は胸が詰まる思いだった。
Oh, ferocious cat.
言い知れないほどの愛しさと
Did you kill that toy?
まばゆい幸せ、それから怒りにも似た激しい決意がこみ上げてきたのだ。私はすでに哲学者議会の一員で終末の予言を知っていた。そんなものにお前たちの未来を奪われたくはなかった。以来私は月への脱出計画を推し進めてきた。何を切り捨て誰に疎まれても構わなかった。手遅れになる方がよほど怖かったのだから。唯一捨てられないものがあったとしたら、それは父ルイゾワだ。
ルイゾワ。
父はシャーレアンの使命に対し異なる考え方を持っていた。その考え方を父自身を私は大人になるにつれ愚かだと感じるようになっていた。それでもどこかであの偉大な人ならば 何か革新的なやり方でお前たちを救ってくれるのではと期待していたのだろう。だからお前たちが父と親しくすることをあえて止めはしなかったのだ。しかし父は果てた。家族とは何ら関係のない冬季カルテノーの地で北洋へと飛来した高速艦を引き上げながら、私は再び決意した。自分がお前たちを守らねば。そのために今度こそ障害となる全てを切り捨てようと。たとえそれがお前たち自身の意志であってもだ。お前たちからどれほど憎まれようが、とにかく計画を進め、最後には無理やりにでも連れて行けばいい、そう考えていた。だが浅はかだったな。お前たちは私が思っているよりずっと多くのことを学び、自分たちの足で求める方へと歩き始めていたようだ。私ばかりが守らねばと思っていたが、お前たちはもう守りたいと願う側にいるのだな。
ええ、そうよ。見つけたの。大切なもの、大切な人たち、たくさんのかけがえのないもの。
それを知るまでの道のりは平坦ではなかっただろうに、よくここまで歩いてきたものだ。
全てが無事に終わったらきっとお話ししましょう。私たちが見て聞いて感じて考えたことを。この厳しくも素晴らしい世界のことを。
あら大変。古篠さんは2人からの手紙だってハラハラしちゃって読めなかったのよ。旅のお話なんて聞いたらどうなってしまうのかしら。
アメリアンス。君たちにも度重なる非礼をお詫びせねばならない。率直に言うと、アルヒノとアリゼイが危険を冒すのは暁のせいではないかと考えていた。特に君のことは。だが2人が多くの出会いを果たし、今ここに大勢が集っているのも君あっての結果なのだろう。ならばどうかこれからも2人のことをよろしく頼む。
じゃあまずはこの場を動かさないとだな。みんな指示を待ってるみたいだぞ。
ひとまず君から一声かけてはくれないか。君を慕ってきている者も多いだろうからね。
Should have worn my Final Fantasy sweatshirt and sweatpants. I still could. They're right upstairs. We don't need their strength. Dude, that's not normal. It's not just me.
ではこれより順次誘導をさせていただく。皆の尽力に感謝を。そして今しばらくご協力いただきたい。
What's up with these loading screens? Like a little extra long, I feel. We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is in engineers' capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued to us an invitation. As was agreed, he will reveal the means by which Heidelin may be contacted. We are to meet him at Aporia when we're ready. Given the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the Forum's method for speaking with her is not without risks. I am curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived with the Adamantite have offered to stay and see to any remaining tasks that need doing. The Forum has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Taru. Thank you, Tataru. We're off to Aporia then. Okay, you know what? I don't need access. I don't need access. Find my shit, right? Yeah, it's just right here. Oh, let's extract. Here. Okay. And we'll go to documents, my games, Final Fantasy. We'll put that folder in here. And we'll go to game, open down that plugins. See shit. $200. Settings again. Experimental. Enable development mode. Plugin, add dev plugin, load location. This must be a path to plugin. Maybe that's why it's taking a while. It's loading the game off of my hard drive, my external, not on my actual computer. That would make sense. I'm trying to remember. Custom plugin repositories. Guess I'm interested. pretty smart, but let's just click everything here. The documents, my games, Final Fantasy, list icons. Save. This plugin to see that update issues. So let's update it. And let's go to let me see, because I'm gonna have to log in. See if we can do it in one fucking try. I'm using Sonnet High, Sonnet 5 High. I would be impressed if it can update it for me. Go back to that, I guess. Baby. The massive orange shell. Yes, just step inside. The lift is here. Speak with Caroline. So go on. From here we proceed to the heart of Labyrinthos. It is most as closely guarded secret, Tharmazane. It marks the beginning of the end of our efforts. Whence we delve to seek audience with the star, and whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. Boop, 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 boop. You welcome to Thalmazine. Direct your attention towards its center to behold the ark over which we have long labored. As you can see, it was designed as a medium-sized craft, or rather to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that thrust-weight ratio does not place too great limitation on its freight capacity. The Aether burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I've received word that Kokol has several of your allies are working on it with an intense fervor. They are sure to see it done. 'Twas by their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they will not afford us as much time for speaking with Heidelin ere they finish. Point taken. Let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. I've done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? We make for the lift at the center of this chamber. Come. Wait for me, friend. As you all know, alongside our physical world exists an ethereal plane, what we refer to as ethereal sea. At the heart of the star, the physical ethereal are one and the same. Thus, deeper we go, the easier it becomes to pass between said planes. We utilize this principle in constructing the anti-tower, and once more here in Thalmazine. No sooner did the Forum decide that an exodus from the star would be necessary than it began work on this facility. Our work culminated in a device that allowed us to peer deeper into the ethereal sea than ever before, in search of Heidelin's ever fainter echoes. The Aitiascope. And you communicate with her through this device. For a time, yes, but since the 7th Umbral Calamity, it has been rare to hear even a whisper. If you wish to reach her, you must journey closer to the center of the star than we have ever dared, beyond the Aitiascope. Even so, I make no guarantee that you will find her, nor of your safety, not so deep in the ethereal sea. We understand, but if we are to deliver this world, we have no choice but to try. I know. I only wish we do more than observe your progress from afar. Could do more. The Aitiascope's ocular lens, by which we may peer into the ethereal sea without placing ourselves at hazard, lies above us. Through it, we can watch and guide you. In those swirling depths, there are pockets of aether so dense and turbulent that they can unravel one's soul. If we determine that you are at risk of coming into contact with such a pocket, we will recall you with teleportation magics. To that end, it would be best if one familiar with the composition of your souls remained here to assist in assessing said risk. Otherwise, there is an increased probability that we will extract you too early or too late. Please allow me. I have thought upon this much, and in truth, I do not believe that I am fit to join you in the trials ahead. The events at the Tower of Babel drained me, yes, but even before that, your capabilities far outstripped my own. This is no time to have a weak link in our vanguard, no matter how much she may wish it were. If this is in the manner that Master Thornshot has laid out, however, I may still be of use. Will you trust me to do so? I can think of none I'd trust more, compared to all the effort you put into keeping us alive, while our souls were in the first, preventing us from dissolving into Aether. On a single expedition ought to pose no challenge at all. Oh boy. And even if we did, I expect you would hunt us down and restore us to health. Can't remember what his voice would sound like. No, you flatter me, but rest assured that I will keep a close eye on all of you. There's one more thing. Those in ages past referred to the ethereal sea as the underworld, our final resting place. In its embrace, its memory washed away, leaving only the purity of one's soul, or so we believe. Yet, what of these memories? Few think to ask what becomes of them, cast adrift on ethereal tides. Some theorize that they linger for some time, those associated with strong sentiment in particular. In those depths, memories of the departed may even coalesce around you for hatred or for love. Thus, I do caution you be wary. But also to have faith. Remember those who did gladly extend a hand to you. They may lift you up once more. Turn the music up a little bit. The Aitiascope now accessible. Oh, hi, Dylan. So you definitely don't have a a long queue time. Or oh, she's healed. Ooh, nice heals queue. Can't remember what that girl's name is. Oh, crazy cats. Buddy Jer.
エーテル卿、感度良好。みんなバックアップは任せてちょうだい。悪意の残留思念が具現化したというの？
Died a couple times. Waiting forever. She coming? She's here. Woo. It's health. I can't see because I think I have it turned off.
なんて濃いエーテルなの。これ以上は通信が届かない。
Holy crap. bar setup. Got some overlapping, and you can't see my debuffs on the boss. Naruhodo, Naruhodo. Woo! With that person. Gotta get my DPS meter set up. Oh,
ですがここまでです。終末を受け入れ無に帰りなさい。
Spirit aim on the undying. What a coincidence. Pointed towards us? Yes, it was. Oh, you can't trick me. Blasted by a fireball. He said here. Send that back, push that guy. Ah, just gonna cast it. Oh, there's his health. At least I got the killer blow. Maybe we can risk turning it up a little bit. Shit.
任せよ
う。なんです。とどめを刺してくれるんですか。望むところですよ。あなたたちの抵抗を見ていると虫巣が走る。いっそ魂も残さず消してください。
Oh, it's Mattion. We'll say Mattion.
なぜその名前を。エルピスにいたの。あれ、あなたとエメトセレクだったんですか。まったく、なんという。私、ただのアモンとして生きていた頃に、繰り返し見ていた夢があったんです。壊れた記憶みたいに途切れ途切れの夢。登場人物の姿は欠けて、声も顔も思い出せない。ただぼんやりと、そこがエルピスという場所で、自分が ヘルメスと呼ばれていることを認識していました。当然妄想だと思いましたよ。そんな場所は知らないし、私はヘルメスじゃないんですから。ですがアシエンになり、オリジナルのファダニエルの情報を受け取ったとき、全てがつながってしまったんです。私が夢だと思っていたのはヘルメスのカイロスが消した記憶だったのだと。あの時カイロスはその場にいた者の記憶を上書いた。元の記憶はエーテル放射によって覆われ、だからこそ魂に強く焼き込まれた。死して魂が現れる時にも消えきらず、幾度の生と死を経て薄れながらも私の代まで継がれてきたというのが真相でしょう。やっと死ねたエメトスルクも正解のどこかで消された日々のことを思い出してるんじゃないですか。さぞ悔しいでしょうね。啖呵を切っておきながら終末を止められなかったことも、確信を忘れたまま楽園を求めてきたことも。ですが私はヘルメスだから終末を呼んだわけじゃない。私は私として生き、この心で苦しんだ、絶望した、見切ったんです。かつて偉大な皇帝と彼が導いた超大国が示しました。最後に待つのは無であると。生きるのはただそこに至る童貞でしかないのだと。だったらなぜ生きる？他者を踏みつけ、足蹴にし、傷つけながらどうして生き続ける必要があるんだ。人はあらゆる言葉で生を称えるが、見てみろ、人生の大半は暗淡たる闇の中だ。しかもその闇を自分たちで吐き出しているときた。まったくもって立ちが悪い。だったらもういい。やめてしまえばいい。この星に生きる、いつまでもどこまでも愚かな人類が誰一人それを歌わなかったとしても、終わることこそただ一つの正しい答えだ。それが正しいと真理だと分かっているのに、どうしてこんな口にするたり何かに負けたような気がするんだ。これじゃないなら私は何を求めていた？どういう結果ならよかったんだ。自分が待っていたのは、望んでいたのはどんな答えだ。
死者の問いに答えてどうするんです？そいつに未練を晴らさせやしませんよ。アシエン・ファダニエル、己 お前が安らかに眠っていなくてよかったよ。ここじゃ誰も彼もが静かに眠る。記憶の思いを溶かして魂を癒すために。けれどまれに気がかりがあって眠るに眠れず、正解の水面に映る写しを眺めてる者がいるんです。例えばそう、己の袋がゲス野郎に使われていたりね。
まさか朝日なのか。
やめていただきたいですね、窮地の間柄みたいな言い草は。残念ながらあなた方には何の用もないんですよ。俺が死んだ後の世界なんてどうでもいい。派手に滅びてそこの英雄殿を苦しめてくれるんならいっそありがたいくらいです。体を使われたことだって、まあ不愉快だと思ったところで死人に口なしですよ。だがお前が俺の体でゼノス様に近づき裏切ったこと、それだけは絶対に死んでも許せるもんじゃない。お前はここで俺と共に眠るんだ。問いの答えを得ることも最悪の結末を見ることもなく、次に生まれることがあったとしても苦しんで答えを探し続ける。
We'll find the answer together.
何をバカなこと。恨んだまま許す必要はない。こんな愚か者のことは過去へ置いていくといい。私も謝ったりはしません。あの時ヘルメスがあなたに抱いた心残りを永遠に未練のままにしておいてやりますよ。
俺がいるうちは正解へ来ないでもらえますか。死んでからもあなた方の顔を拝みっぱなしとか最悪なので。
ああ、そうならないように心がけよう。
本当に言葉通りの意味ですからね。
行こう。ハイデリンが呼んでいるんだ。
よくぞここまでたどり着きました。あなたはエルピスに行ったのですね。私たちの時間がやっとここでつながった。わかりました。ではその上であえてあなたたちに問いましょう。ここへ来た目的を。
ハイデリ、あなたは週末が再来した時に備えて脱出船としての月を準備していたのよね。でも本当にそれで全てなの？私たちは逃げたくない。共存世界も含めてこの星を救いたいの。
It's gonna be a wallpaper for my phone.
そうですね。逃げるのは人が取り得る2つの選択。その片方に過ぎません。もう一つの道はメイティオンが救う天の果てへ向かうこと。終焉を歌う者たちと直接決着をつける方法です。しかしそこは彼女たちが支配するデュナミスで構築された中域。思いだけが力となるその場所では、どれほどのエーテルを有し強大な魔法を食ろうとも決して彼女たちに勝つことはできません。かの空間に集められた先行く星々の絶望、苦しみ、悲しみ、それらに抗えなければ行くだけ無駄、あえなく全滅するでしょう。
そんなの平気よ。私は屈したりしないわ。なんて昔なら言えたかもしれないけど、旅の中には確かにあったわ。どうしようもなく悲しいこと、恐れるなって言い聞かせても足がすくんだこともね。あの思いをなかったことにはできない。絶対に大丈夫だなんて言えない。そんな私たちじゃ逃げる道を選ぶことしかできないの。
いいえ、あなたたちはだからこそ可能性を持つのです。かつてアーテリスよりも栄えた多くの星々が負の感情のない楽園を作り出そうと試みました。悲しみや怒り、争いや破滅、死や絶望、そういったものを排除しようとして失敗したのです。メイティオンの報告によれば一つの成功例もなく、だとすればそれらの闇は決してなくならないものなのでしょう。どれほど理想を突き詰めていっても全てを消し去ることはできないのです。だから生命は必ず絶望する。するけれどしない誰かがいたのならつないでいけます。
Just my face.
あなたたちだってそうしてここに至ったのではありませんか。 完璧な正しさは存在しなかった。その理想が打ち砕かれた時、傍らに立つ者に手を差し伸べられた。己の力は望みに足りはしなかった。無力に苛まれた時も目指す背中は揺るぎなかった。大切なものはその手をすり抜けていった。けれども愛は継がれ、新たな希望に巡り合えた。言葉は本質から遠くあなたを悩ませた。その心を理解してくれる者たちがいた。真実は容易にねじ曲がり失われる。そうしてなお探求がやまなかったのは、わずかでも触れたいと願えるものに出会えたから。憎しみは自他を燃やし尽くした。真っ白な灰の中に小さくも温かなものが残った。大きな災いに対し人はあまりに非力だった。それでもあまたの手に惹かれ押されて、今新たな地平を望んだ。あなただってどこで折れていても不思議ではなかった。苦難は十分にありました。けれど時に旅の続きを思い、この世界で会う誰かを思い、託されたものを糧にしてあなたは立ち上がってきた。そうして絶望を知り、いずれ終わりが来ることを知りながらも皆で歩み続けていけることこそが今の人が勝ち得てきた力、終焉を歌う者に対抗しうる強さなのです。
では私たちは終末を止めに行くことができるのですか？
その資格を得るに限りなく近いでしょう。ですが人を天の果てに送るのは至難の業。やり直しは効かず、子孫じれば二度目はありません。故に私は星の意志として問わなければならない。あなたたちの決意を。強大な相手を前に幾度倒れこぼたれようとも、皆でなら戦い抜けるという確信を。古き神にすら屈するようならば、天の果てで待つ者たちに挑むべくもない。月に乗り私を捨ててどこへなり逃げるといいでしょう。さあ構えなさい。
どれほど大層な試練を言い渡されるのかと思えば、なるほど、わかりやすくていい。
その分ごまかしも効かないがな。まあ耐えてみせるさ。何せこっちには諦める理由がない。
崩折れそうなら支えましょう。微力でもそのために力を培ってきたのですから。
まったく、あなたたちと来たら 相手は最強の万神の一柱、星の意志だと分かっていて。でも、ええ、私も負ける気はしないわね。
A fucking babe.
全力でいただいていくぞ。すべての世界を救う最後の可能性、星と命の未来を。ああ。
エルピスでは聞けずじまいだったことを今一度あなたに問いましょう。あなたの旅が良いものであったなら勝利をもって示しなさい。
Is it really gonna make me fight her right now? I'm gonna say she's gonna pop up as a like a, what do you call it? Aeon or something. You have the opportunity to undertake this trial with a party of scions. Some of these allies' roles will differ from those you nor were able to select. Additionally, you may now enter the Aitiascope with a party of NPC avatars to make use of this feature. Trust it. She's still here. Fight Heidelin with everyone seems so fun. I'll do later on. Said they made it seem like they weren't gonna sign up for it, but then they did, right? Just two dudes playing as chicks.
Yep, sure, man.
%24 of HP. It's just 1 DPS. What the hell? Let's see, I'm at just under 49k. Let's see what this does. Equip all my new gear. I can't equip the gear without my fucking whatchamacallit. My gotta look good, you know. Glamour. That's what I was going for, glamour. Oh, I might have actually equipped it. Oh, I did equip it. It looks so ugly.
星の意志として最後の古き人としてあなたたちの勝ち得た強さを見定めましょう
I'm the only one that looks like I'm wearing normal clothes. No, come on, bro. I'm busy.
これは未来の選別、歩むべき道のしるべ。武器を変え、全ての技を見せましょう。次はこちらです。光を。
White.
巡れ。キル。光のクリスタルよ、ここに。聞いて。星の彼方より届く歌を感じて。命の果てにある絶望を考えて。闇の中を進む術を。思いの力で超えなさい。さもなくば逃げるがいい。エクソだ。そう、最後まで歩むことをやめないと。ならば続けましょう。人が私を超えるまで。クリスタルに託されし力を。光を。幻の光よ。 巡れ。輝き放て。まだです。終焉に勝ちたいのなら。
Nice call on the limit res, I suppose. No, my body. One heal. green is out. Red is in.
人はやっと
ハイデリ、あなたやっぱりもう
What the fuck did you think would happen? I mean, do we really need Heidelin anymore if the other guy's dead? Zora, Zanra, I forget his name.
未来の番人としてこの一戦をきちんとやり遂げるだけの力は残してありました。だから大丈夫。あなたたちは正しく試され、正しく打ち勝ったわ。
本題に入る前に一つ教えてもらえるかしら。あなたが世界を14に分割した理由、それはもしやエーテルが薄弱な生物の方がデュナミスに干渉しやすいからではなくて、あなたは一度終末に打ちのめされた人類が今度こそ絶望を受け止められるようになることを願った。信じた。それが遂げられた時、デュナミス渦巻く天の果てへと終末を止めに行けるように世界ごと命を作り変えたのでは。
さて、私の行いはどうあれ人に課した試練。多くを破壊し、多くを苦しめた。優しさや正当性で語られてはならないものです。それに事実ゾディアークはとても強かった。星を巻き込むくらいの全力でいかないとどうにもなりませんでした。大切なのは私が何をしたかではなく、あなたたちが今私を乗り越えたということです。だから逃げずに立ち向かう方法を、すべての命運をその手に託します。そこには私が割り出したメーティオンの奇跡が記録されています。天を航行する術を学んだレポリットたちならば、向かうべき座標を割り出し案内してくれることでしょう。
しかし私たちは実際にそこへ到達できるのだろうか。天の果てというくらいだ。 月に行くよりずっと困難だろう。メーティオンのようにデュナミスを使って飛ぶわけにもいかないだろうし。
エーテルを動力とする場合、目的地に到達するために必要な量は並大抵のものではありません。ですが、あなたたちはすでに解決法を目の当たりにしているはずですよ。
まさか。
ええ、そのまさかです。私は星の意志となって以来、この場に満ちるエーテルを少しずつ結晶にしてきた。ここへ精神をつなげた超える力の持ち主たちは必ずそれを見たでしょう。そして姿を現さない私に代わり、それを星の意志の象徴として捉えたのです。マザークリスタル、この星が蓄えてきた反撃の切り札、あなたたちを天の果てへと運ぶ力です。けれど私が手を貸せるのはそこまで。行った先で待ち受ける絶望の闇の中はあなたたち自身の力で進んでもらわねばなりません。だから必ず覚えていてください。誰かの喜びが誰かの悲しみであるのなら、あらゆる人が絶望する中であなた一人が希望を抱くこともあるのだと。
Become darkness. Become darkness. Become despair.
最後にもう一つだけあなたへ。どうか近くまで来てもらえませんか。今日までの長い時間、星の未来をつなぐ方法を探してきました。幾度となく窮地に陥った時、あなたから聞いた冒険の話やあなたとの約束がどれだけ私に勇気をくれたことか。世界が変わってもそこに何かを求めて旅をする者がいる。別の歴史だったとしても未来のために戦う者がいる。ただそれだけで私は何度だって人を信じ直すことができたのです。ありがとう。ささやかですが心を込めてお礼をさせてください。アゼムの術が込められたクリスタルを持っていますね。私ハイデリンの司る力は停滞、鎮静、平穏、つまりは存在を固定するものです。その力をアゼムの術式に組み込むことによって数度限りではありますが、姿なきものを呼び形を与えることができるでしょう。正解の道すがらあなたに応えた魂のように、肉体なきものでさえ呼び寄せられるかもしれません。
Can't remember where we got that thing. Aitiascope City or something. Yeah.
アゼムの術はあくまで使う人の願いに応じるもの。望みを持っていてこそ力を発揮します。自分でさえ結末を思い描けなくなった時、先を開いてくれるのはその術で呼ばないものだ。術の元の持ち主はそう言っていたわ。
Aizen was one of the whatchamacallit, one of the people of the city.
託せるものは
Aitiascope City.
今度こそこれで全て。お願い、どうか約束を。あらゆる時代を積み重ねてきた人の答え。私たちは終わるものかと終焉を歌う者に叩きつけて。あなたたちこそ生まれてきてくれてありがとう。私はきっともう魂は残らないけれど、私の思いもいつまでも愛しき子らを守りますように。
Ooh, Ireland. Oh my god. It's been like 16 years. Let's get rid of this. Is this not working? It did. Ooh, she a bad bitch. Got a little imprint there. What's going on there? Guess that's it for me on Final Fantasy, but we'll come back, of course, and play more. Had a lot of fun with that, so and hopefully I can get this thing going. Reach its limit. 2 use limit for this turn. All right. Well, thanks anyone who watches. Peace out.